Would any big JLP official live in a container home? Jamaica wants answers. Patriotic comrades, welcome back to part 2, because Jamaica say them want more, and trust me, the plot twists now go normal. After the whole container house story bust, Jamaica start ask the real question: would any top JLP government official live in one of these container homes? Yes or no? No, don't get me wrong. Container homes can be nice, with good insulation, proper design, with a modern tiny home vibes. But Jamaicans say, if it is good for the people, would the leaders live in it too? And that question just starts a fire. Quick question: would you live in one of these container homes? Yes or no? And tell us why in the comments below. So imagine this with me. You show up at a high-level official's housewarming party, and bam, it's a container house. Steel walls, tiny windows. Mind the heat. The crowd would be like, how are going, yaso? Would any cabinet minister sign up for that kind of lifestyle? Would any top leader trade in marble floors for metal walls? That's the $1 million question Jamaica debating right now. Be honest, do you think any top JLP government official would actually move into a container home? Drop your real answer below. Now, picture this. Regular Jamaicans sweating in container homes, while government officials in luxury homes. On one hand, 12 p.m. heat, container house transforming into a frying pan, while on the other hand, JLP officials AC blowing like winter breeze. Would they switch places? Jamaica says, drop the poll and let the votes decide. Do you think container homes can solve Jamaica's housing issues? Yes, no, or it's complicated? Let's hear your thoughts in the comments below. Quick poll. Would any top JLP government official live in a container home? A. Yes. B. No. C. Not in this lifetime. D. Only if AC free 24/7. Drop your answers in the comments below. Jamaica, speak truth. Are container homes a good idea or a disaster waiting to happen? Let's hear your thoughts in the comments below. The big question. Truth is, this isn't about mansions versus containers. It's about standards. It's about fairness. It's about whether the people and the decision makers living the same reality. So, Jamaica, let's settle this once and for all. Would any senior JLP government official, live in one of these container homes? Comment below, cause more here on a loud and clear in the comment section. Real talk, which would you choose? Container home or mansion? Explain your pick in the comments below. Patriotic comrades, the core political question. The public debate isn't just about container homes. It's about credibility, shared sacrifice, and political optics. When leaders propose living conditions for ordinary citizens, the public naturally ask, would you live in what you're asking us to live in? This is a universal pressure test applied to governments globally. This political analysis raises the question not simply as criticism, but as a legitimate governance standard. Does leadership model the lifestyle it prescribes? Why the issue has emotional intensity? This specific conversation lands hard because it sits at the intersection of economic inequality. Jamaicans are already dealing with high cost of living, housing shortages, stagnant wages, rising land/real estate prices. So any government proposal about affordable housing is emotionally charged by default. Perception versus reality. The Prime Minister's known residence significantly more luxurious than a converted container unit creates contrast, and contrast drives debate. The symbolic representation. Housing is not just shelter. It represents dignity, social mobility, status, government priorities. Therefore, any mismatch between a leadership lifestyle and citizen lifestyle feels symbolic of broader inequalities. Political optics analysis. Political consultants often ask, does the proposed policy look like something the policymakers themselves would accept? If the answer is even perceived to be no, three issues arise. 1. Optics risk. The people may interpret the policy as out of touch, second-class housing, a stopgap rather than long-term development. Narrative vulnerability. Opponents can easily frame hypocrisy. Elitism. One rule for them, another for us. Public trust erosion. Housing affects families directly. If trust declines in this area, it spills into infrastructure credibility, welfare policy, social program legitimacy. This is why governments worldwide often do symbolic gestures. Example, ministers riding public transport, leaders eating street food, PMs living in modest official residences. Symbolism matters. Why this part 2 breakdown is politically potent. It asks a simple question. Would the PM and cabinet members live in the same container homes? This is politically powerful because it's a value test, not a partisan one. It forces examination of leadership. Example, government priorities, fairness, shared societal responsibility. Even without attacking anyone personally, the question itself reveals inequality tensions, public distrust, political communication missteps, policy and governance breakdown. To evaluate the proposal properly, you can highlight structural concerns. Container homes can be hot, cramped, structurally limited, difficult to upgrade or expand. These factors raise legitimate policy questions about long-term viability, family suitability, climate comfort in a tropical environment, urban planning considerations. Experts would assess density feasibility, fire safety, storm resilience, community integration, economic trade-offs, pros, speed of development, low initial cost, rapid shelter solutions, cons, short-term lifespan compared to concrete, reduced generational wealth building, lower property value appreciation, the leadership accountability lens. Political analysts often use one principle. Leadership should never prescribe living standards lower than what they would accept for their own families. This is not partisan. It is a global political ethic. By asking whether the PM or cabinet members would live in the units, it frames the debate as ethics, not politics. Evaluates policy legitimacy, not personality. Emphasizes public interests, not party warfare. This strengthens the narrative without inflammatory rhetoric. Why this debate isn't going away. The housing crisis makes emotions high. Visible inequality makes optics risky. Symbolism makes small decisions feel huge. Any government, PNP or JLP, would face this same scrutiny. This resonates with me because it speaks a universal truth. People want leaders who share their reality, not just manage it from above. If you want part 3, tell me, because this story far from done. Like, share, subscribe, and drop your answers. Yes or no? Would any top JLP official move into a container home? One word to describe this situation. Go. Let's hear your thoughts in the comments below.